This man spent more than half of his career online bashing fat black women and telling them that they're going to die from diseases and illnesses and end up passing away from hypertension, aka high blood pressure. You got to be joking. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. Girl, we've seen the news, we've seen the headlines, it's been confirmed. The autopsy is here and it is saying that Kevin Samuels passed away from hypertension. And a lot of us already knew that. A lot of us, with speculation and stuff, many people are saying that it's the Red Bulls and stuff. He was always drinking these things and da-da-da-da. And it was rumored that he had high blood pressure issues and all that. And take it how you want to, but I just wanted to talk about the irony of this. I don't believe in quote-unquote karma, because if karma was a really good thing, it would be a lot of folks gone, if you know what I'm talking about. But to see Kevin Samuels spend more than half of his career online bashing specifically fat black women and saying all these nasty things, and you have all this anti-fatness from people who were supporting Kevin Samuels and accusing fat folks like y'all are not healthy, all of these things, and then you have this thin man, and I don't say thin as a bad thing, but he is thin, he's smaller build, has passed away from hypertension. And honestly, this happens a lot with like black men and stuff, and honestly it'd be black women that honestly be saving y'all and telling y'all to take y'all medicine and take y'all ass to the doctor. But Kevin Samuels, passed away from hypertension. And I think this is a moment to have a conversation about anti-fatness, because a lot of people assume that just because you look like you have the shape of a Kevin Samuels, that you are perfectly healthy. And that is what anti-fatness is. Like, we automatically assume that a person is thin, is better health or better person, all these things. And it just goes to show you that anyone can be dealing with health issues and stuff. And that's how doctors misdiagnose fat folks all the time. Like, they say, oh, you're fat. These are the issues causing your stuff. Like, I'm not gonna do all of that. Like, I'm not gonna be doing all this research and money wasted when I can just, claim that your fatness, your body shape is the reason why you are in the health that you are in. And sometimes people like, Kevin Samuels don't feel like they need to go to the doctor and get checked up or all that other stuff. I think he was like in his 50s or something. So he probably didn't think it was necessary for him to go and, do these things, but he was, come to find out, taking medicine. He was taking blood pressure medication. So he knew that he was dealing with that. And I don't know if he talked about this publicly. He did not have to share that with the general public, but I think it's quite interesting that he has said so many derogatory things about fat black women. Anytime they came on the phone calls, and these women are calling in to speak with him, and it is what it is, but he's asking how much you weigh and all this other stuff, and it's just like just qualifying a person, like calculating a person's wealth or whatever or desire based off of how much they weigh and all the other stuff. And it was just, I just find it like ironic. Like, this is ironic. Like, this man literally was bashing women all the time, like every chance he got. And then not even just Kevin Samuels, but men were using his clips and not even just using him and saying, oh, Kevin Samuels will hurt her feelings or something, to just drag fat black women. Like, there are a lot of, they call them incels, but black men who be online and they berate fat black women, specifically dark-skinned fat black women, for just existing. Like, they talk, it's so bad, especially on Twitter. Like, they use it for memes and stuff. Like, just a fat black woman being just confident in herself and loving herself, you will get men just be upset at the fact, how dare you be confident being fat? Like, I know I need to put you down. I need to make you feel like how I look at you. And they would just do this constant thing. And when people get into like the anti-fat bag, they're relying as, well, I'm concerned about your health because this is not healthy. Y'all promoting obesity and all this other stuff. It's just like, I agree too, girl. But it's like, what does that mean to say that a person existing is promoting obesity?
a person existing and loving themselves is obese. Like, what does that even mean? Like, what is that? Kevin Samuels, his platform has enabled black men to feel like they can now be him and take it up a further notch. Like, make podcasts, do videos, drag black women for the sake of content. Because it's easy to build a following off of dragging black women. I mean, you have whole people who have built whole audiences, built a following off of, you know, dressing up like your quote unquote ghetto black girl, hood girl aesthetic. And you look at the main, like the main men who do this and get these big followings. These are normally dark-skinned men. Like, the ones who really, really take off are always dark-skinned, and they always have specific features, and then they make sure to make themselves ugly as possible with their makeup and the wigs and stuff, and they just build a following. Like, it is profitable to drag and demean black women, specifically dark-skinned black women. You see it so much. Like, people act like it's a new thing. It's been going on for a minute. So people like Kevin Samuels are a danger to the community because he enables that type of behavior. He enables that type of behavior. Like, these men feel like seeing Kevin Samuels say these things. It's like, oh, well, he's building a following off of it, so it can't be wrong because a lot of people are agreeing with him. And people seem to think, but a lot of folks agree that, oh, well, you know, these folks can't be wrong. It's a lot of folks agreeing. It's just like, no, girl, that's not how it works when we have a clear definition for that. So I don't want to spend time dragging Kevin Samuels. We've already done that enough. Check my couple of videos. Check the TikTok I posted his video years ago where he talked about, you know, he would make like a killing. He would like build a following quick if he was to like drag black women. Like he said, black men don't want to hear themselves be dragged, but if he dragged black women, like he would take off, and look what happened. But I don't want to say that this is karma. I think that folks who Kevin Samuels made feel bad, the fat black women who were made, you know, fun of and all the other stuff, and like black women who Kevin Samuels attacked constantly, are having a moment of like, girl, they can kiki and laugh because it's funny to them. And you know, it is what it is. Like, and the moment someone says anything, like these black men, oh my gosh, the way y'all protect a dead black man who's no longer here. And then the millions of black women who are being disrespected, disregarded, and demeaned constantly all the time, y'all don't have no type of, y'all don't have any type of protection for them. The only protection that y'all are offering them is in the gym when it suits y'all. When you're trying to, oh, I'm trying to help y'all, y'all don't. And then oftentimes y'all be trying to help the white women and they don't even want y'all to even look at it. They want to call the police at y'all at. But it's just, it's clicking. But it's clicking down, like it's just not making any sense to me. But this makes sense. This makes sense that someone who, you know, was very adamant of like, girl, y'all didn't get y'all stuff together, and didn't have his stuff together. Like, did not have any of his things together. He died poor, and he dragged poor black folks, and died poor. Died poor from an illness that he was experiencing, probably in silence. And you know, I just take this as an opportunity to tell like black men, like no matter what you look like, you need to go to the doctor, especially if you're around Kevin Samuels' age, 50 years old. Like, I had so many black men who were upset. They are pissed off. Like, you know, it's old and outdated when you have men come in and say, him upstairs. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't heard a Bernie Mac, him upstairs joke about me being gay in so long. I'll be 35 next month. And to see that, I'm like, oh my God, like they were dragging me on TikTok. The black men were upset because this was their father, and now y'all father is dead. So I don't know what to tell y'all. I know y'all are feeling like Simba right now, and maybe y'all want to go cry on Pride Rock, but I'm finna be very much scarred and tell y'all, run away, girl, and never return. Run away, like, go away from us with this, with y'all anti-fatness, y'all anti-blackness, the texturism that y'all be like, jumping out when y'all prefer and y'all talk about black women. Y'all have deep issues
And it's ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. Every time Kevin Samuels comes up, it's always this. So I'm gonna read some of the report. Kevin Samuels died from hypertension, medical examiner reports. An autopsy released for the late YouTube star Kevin Samuels said he died from hypertension, which is commonly known as high blood pressure. The Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office conducted the autopsy on the self-proclaimed relationship guru following his death in May. There was only 3 things present in his blood when he died, the office said. Amiodarone, which treats abnormal heart rhythms associated with rapid heart rate, atenolone, girl, for high blood pressure, and caffeine. Now that's interesting because he drank a lot of Red Bulls. They say he drank a lot of those. Samuels had a history of high blood pressure. According to the medical examiner's office, while the cause of death was listed as hypertension, the manner in which he died was classified as natural in the report. 911 call released in May sheds light on the moments leading up to his death as a woman who identified herself as a nurse tried to get help for him at his Atlanta apartment. Atlanta apartment, not house. This is the man who was, dragging folks for not having money and all this other stuff, and he died in an apartment. Girl, you can't make you can't make this up. Like, this man was out here like talking to these folks, like feeling empowered, talking to these people, talking down to these folks. And this man was, and nothing is wrong with staying in an apartment because, all this is a scam. The fact that we're paying for someone to live, essential things that we need to survive, shit like housing should be a right. Housing should be a right. But the fact that this man, he didn't believe in that. He's like, you work hard, get all this other stuff. He had this big, enormous platform, some here doing stuff for Future and everything else. And you died in an apartment next to a non-black fat woman who was a nurse. Girl, I just don't, what was going on? Like, was them gas station pills got to him or something? It ain't making no sense. But girl, get y'all some sleep, drink water. I don't drink caffeine and stuff like that, but girl, shout out to the girls who do. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say on that. I just, it's just ironic, I guess, that the man who was dragging black women for these things end up dying from hypertension. You can't make this shit up. This is hilarious.